results, and obviously they've got Comeback coming into the roster as well, so room to grow. But for NAVI, with Xiao so recently taking on that IGL, having even a couple weeks in between the last time that they played this series, it could have led to a lot of improvement, a lot of control for Heretics. They pushed down mid, and, well, it doesn't look like NAVI were ready for that at all. An immediate advantage, swinging the way of the defense and the spike in the open. NAVI have to fight for that space, but Heretics will give it up.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, potential for re-aggression, but not really a necessity. Just with how much time is remaining. Now we really need to get a move on. That's going to help. Sociable being able to find one. Woot tries to swing back in alone. His two teammates had already retreated, so I guess just went for a timing pick that failed. Comeback, though, a solid position. If he drops the spike, he could potentially win the round. He's managed to take out Sociable, but that plant is going to be coming in. Nothing he can do to stop it. And now Benji is all that remains. A 1 versus 2. A pistol round that I'm sure both would desire. Ruxic, I like the wraparound. Benji's chasing shadows at this point, looking for a man that's no longer there to be found, and maybe even having the expectation that he's on the other side. Snakebite is going to land perfectly. Benji, there's nowhere left to go. Even Timmy the Turret might have finished the job. It's NAVI 1-0 to get going, because it's a factor again with Comeback. When he does start strong, he normally keeps it going, but he just hasn't had that very often.
Portal closed.
It's just that sometimes there's that difficulty of seeing him with the pack. In terms of the identity on Heretics, I think there's
30 seconds left.
a lot to be improved on there. The patience from Comeback might be rewarded. His presence on this C site, so he doesn't need to move out of garage and waiting for Hero to walk through. That could be a free pick. All they need to do is hold the line, make this at least a tradable situation on the site. And with Sociable that low, honestly, this hasn't gone terribly. Still some serious potential for Team Heretics to make this costly. But remember, NAVI came in with 3 rifles. So if 3 players survive, you know, the good work done so far might not matter that much.
Yeah, it's all about that extra damage. I wouldn't like to be walking into this man, though. Ruxic not going to be missing those shots, and that is 2-0.
And Heretics have to rely on this round. Will we see that same aggression come out? Certainly not in middle, and actually it's NAVI getting aggressive. They triple jumped out that window.
They just went straight through the smoke. And in fact, even trying to maybe feign pressure in towards B. Early control taken into garage. With the rifles that they have, normally you might expect to see this with SMGs, but they're trying to...
With them, the spike as NAVI try to accelerate to the backside. Woot was the problem. He's dealt with. Comeback has nothing to say about this defense, but Rian's, oh wow, he's been spotted now. I thought maybe could catch them off guard, but Hero's landing everything. Back-to-back big performances might be on the cards if he keeps this up, but Boo still has a chance and has turned this into a 1v2. 40 seconds on the clock, plenty of time to play with.
He's got a chance to maybe catch a 1v1. Ruxic's just crossed over. Timing here is going to be everything. Seems like they're almost completely unaware to the garage position, but after not seeing anything around that defender spawn, eventually they're going to start putting the pieces together. Of course, the flank could also be a worry, but I don't think they're going to be checking in that direction anytime soon. They need to start getting that plant in, and well, didn't even get past stage 1. Ruxic there to close out the round. They're not. You're walking into a trap.
Yeah, NAVI's assumed that the flock migrated, but that nest is packed to the brim. Benji, the one showing himself to start. Paranoia lands. That's caught a good few. This is NAVI's chance, but they have no idea the numbers that they're walking into. So many bodies rounding the corner. Comeback in there for one. The trade's good for Heretics, and now the lead is theirs. It's only Xiao. They had it all. A 4-0 start practically handed to NAVI, but Heretics, another big gamble early. That's 2 rounds where they've guessed correctly. And for NAVI, that's got to be frustrating, but...
And now they have a huge boost in economy.
I must wait a moment.
Ult's getting closer to being online. And they've stolen away a first round.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah, that's the difference between a lights-out start for NAVI, wind in the sails, and a sinking feeling taking over. But Ruxic,
cool.
He's not going to wallow in it for too long. That's a very nice opening.
Just take a 1v1 on Viper. Just go in for the immediate fight. We always talked about him last year and the risks he would take while playing these agents, but There's so much space now to be played with. He was the only man on that A side of the map.
Run.
Lockdown even going to be utilized. Comebacks ahead of it though. Okay, this gets a little bit more interesting. They don't even need to commit to this anymore. They can just fall away from the lockdown, allow them the site because you have the man advantage.
He's just saved the round. They were packed into a hard place, and Comeback's got a 3K already, sliding into the site, and what a remarkable recovery. The lockdown even put in there. That should have been NAVI, at least in a favorable post plan.
30 seconds left.
One guy has just taken this round completely under his control. This should have been a 4-0 start for NAVI. A core. All right, easy peasy.
A pretty damning start. Heretics already back into the map. And hey, Rians gets his revenge. He gets wrecked last round. Now he wrecks Rooksik in the next round. One player did manage to pass, but I don't think they're just going to give up that space for free, especially if one person gets caught on the cross. You're kind of going to gamble that maybe a second made it past already. They won't know it, at least, from the drone. But they're definitely not just giving up full control.
Now, it's only an outlaw that Comeback has. It's not an up, but that is, in fact, much worse for NAVI.
Yeah.
Everybody comes in here. All right, Zest. Everyone comes in here 25 shields or less. And Filu with his rifle, well, he won't be able to match pound for pound, bullet for bullet with Comeback on the other side. So a lot of danger for Heretics, sorry, for NAVI to avoid as they push into this A side, even though there's only 2 players here. But
okay.
Comeback's already down to 1 shot, although he's got his ult to fall back on, and that's proven to be no problem whatsoever.
And even a Hunter's Fury to get them in, but there is also one for Rians on the other side, so maybe that Viper's Pit won't be quite as safe.
I thought that was quite interesting. Their Comeback 8th highest first engagements. We saw the toast pop up, and, you know, I'm not sure how indicative that is. Oh my goodness, Rooksik's running it. Usually you see that pick go up and they wait a moment. At least let the decay kick in, but Sociable was up top. They thought that could be enough, but even with the info, Boo able to land the kill on him as Hunter's Fury finds its mark. That was nearly a double. Filu down to 45 as the plank comes in. It's pure chaos on the server. But NAVI, the ones that seem to be thriving within it with the post plant, if they can get away. Oh my goodness.
Filu, he knew he'd be chasing down the other! And in fact, he ends up taking both.
Just goes and challenges spawn. His teammate just walked away from there a second ago.
Well, yeah, this because he got hit by the drone.
Yeah, he just took the fight. A ballsy play, it's worked out, and now an early fight by Heretics that gives Boo a double. The barriers barely go up and the round's half over.
Yeah, just a run down on the other side. So anything you can do, we can do better. You're going to try and run it down on me in B. I'm going to run it down on you in A. It's some of the paciest starts to rounds we've ever seen. And it gives Heretics a massive advantage. Bear in mind, as I said, expectation is they're going to tear it up in the second half. Speaking of tearing it up, Heroes trying to do it all, but at this stage, it's left all on to Xiao. We haven't seen the Xiao show in quite some time. Known in the past for his clutch capability.
Spike planted.
Maybe without the rest of the team to focus on, this is where we can see that Hunter's Fury available, but he'll need something before that comes into play.
Guy needs a pick, and now you know Wood is looking for you. And he spotted him. There's the information. That's basically it. Xiao just missing it by a hair's width, but hold on, he's grabbed the first. Oh, another for Xiao, but
nice try.
The final shot lands for Riens.
They have stacked up 4 players here, while they're the ones with the buy, all the way until the last seconds of the round.
Yeah, I don't know what they're seeing, what the read is, but they are being read like a book. NAVI running into the stack yet again. Hunter's Fury going to try to dice this up, make it more difficult, but it's easy pickings on the side of Heretics. Even if they were on an eco with those numbers, it will be tough for the attackers to break through, but the reality is those rifles in play. Woo down to 2. Rock 6 got 1v1.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
The time gone.
That's so unlucky.
Woo flees the side. Oh my goodness, this game.
Just 4 players on that side of the map, and maybe that's why NAVI are now going in the other direction. Finally, they have realized that their opponents have been able to take massive risks, and honestly, in terms of information, for Benji, a lot of it is just going to come down to himself. Now, he's heard that from Sociable. Easy kill. That opening pick is all they really need. Comfortable in their retakes. He can wait for any level of support. And we should see in a moment the rest of the team begin to rotate. There we go. They're literally planted the spike and no one's moved off A yet.
That's a real shame because even just going for the C side hit, like they don't know how right they had it. Like pushing into that site, one guy to defend you, and because of that ult, it ends up offering a 1v1 because he backed off because they played the retake. Unlucky, wrong moment. They played scissors, they played rock. Now Filu, hold on! It's messy! It could have been so much more, but now falling like dominoes, NAVI! Oh, that's a disaster! A different game could have awaited them with Benji Fishy taking a 4K Heretics lead. Locked in now 6-4. 6-4.
TP?
A chance to tie it up for NAVI still exists, but recency bias leans heavily towards that 8-4 scoreline. Heretics could have the lead at the half. This is their chance to at least guarantee it. And oh, that one looked very close, but comeback robbed of a kill, and he's going back. Yeah, not happy with how that one went.
Oh, another one for Rians.
He's out of here.
They're now going to look to double back, but the problem is that Trip's still in play. A lot of teams you'll see just throw in like a shock dart, throw in something to try and destroy this utility, but with 35 seconds left, it's still online. Benji spotting the one gap, and he's been very good at doing that. Whenever there's been some space, Benji Fishy is in that space.
They're going back. NAVI fleeing to the
Trip's
seaside
still
instead,
there.
but yeah, this info is going to be
It's 20 seconds
in their
left.
hands
The
instantly.
Trip and Garage is still there.
All that has to happen here is the Boo delays them, and he knows it. Paranoia is primed and ready, fired through just in time, but two on caught. Okay, a chance. The spike can make it to the site. It might even get planted, and now numbers thinning out. Okay, NAVI have got a chance, but Hero needs to step up again. That shock dart connects on the Xiao. He's so low. The Guardians in play, though. The headshots needed. Down to a 2v2. And up against the op, the HP might not matter. Forcing another fight, but Xiao can't get it done. Come back! Well, as he wraps into the garage. It's a messy fight, but Heretics 7 on the board.
3 guys on A consistently, and then 1 guy just watching in case they push into the B side. Like, that's just too easy for Heretics on this defense.
Yep, and that has... Oh, no.
See ya.
And that's Hero down as well. A huge player to remove from this squad, and not just individually, but also the utility now is down. Your back is constantly open when you do go to take some control. And considering Heretics so far have been winning off of information and map control in so many of these rounds, they've had the upper hand in that regard. Losing Hero here is just going to be insult to injury. An attempt by Filu to wrap around behind A. They'll put the pressure on. They've spotted one. He'll go up to heaven, and that makes it very difficult for Comeback to do anything. Really, he's just got to flee the coop, run.
Oh. He's managed to get himself back to the rest of the team, sitting on the back of that site. And while we're yet to see the pounce from the backline, Ruxik's done well, but Filu's now been dealt with. That flank not a problem, and Wu looking to try and take over 10 HP. Again, we find Ruxik in a clutch scenario. Last time the difference with just 2 health, now he has a gun to play with, and he can't quite correct. We needed players like him to step up, and that's exactly what he's doing in this first map.
Well, at least in the first half, plenty more to be played, and
they're better on the attack.
Yeah, they have been. They have been.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
It all change here today, Tom. You never know.
Maybe Angel's a genius, and he's countered everything while not changing his comp at all.
Maybe Angel's a genius. Wow, well, I'll let him know what you said. I don't think he's going to like that one. The Heretics move towards this A side. Pressure put onto Xiao. He gets nothing done. A little bit of damage, a tag at best. Filu invading the wall. That's a beautiful flash, but Comeback, he must have been blinded. I didn't even see him turn. And yet he's good to find that kill still. Downside of pushing a laneway, I suppose. The 5 versus 3 for NAVI, way on the back foot. And this is a pistol they would have very much wanted. Remember, they have 4 rounds. 3 of those were in the first 3.
Well, Hero's done well, but that is all she wrote. Ruxik,
Toxin screen down.
he's been in many a clutch this game, and he's been close, but 4 players, Spike ticking against him. Pretty much all of them just aggressively waiting around the angle he's pushing through, and he didn't even get past Benji Fishy.
the broad strokes of the game is that Heretics have had full control from round 4 onwards. Navi with 1 under their belt, and well, I thought that was going to be the double from Comeback. He is feeling it right now. Of course, only up against a lack of shields and classics. It's 0 investment from Navi. That doesn't necessarily mean 0 potential. Look at this rotation. They have managed to get 4 players, all 4 remaining on this side ahead of the push.
Oh, let's see how many Comeback can dwindle before anybody else even needs to shoot their gun. There you go, Hero's at least going to get the 1, but it really doesn't matter that much.
They won 13 out of 14 rounds. They had full control. They had momentum, wind in their sails, and it seems like a complete mismatch in terms of caliber. We know that's not true. Hell, we've seen this matchup on day 3 of Kickoff, and it was a 3-mapper. For now, okay. It was all Heretics until Xiao found one, and then Comeback. Well, he's had his moment almost every round so far. What's another one to add to the tally? Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, you feel like after the last game,
Why
there
is
had to be a lot of people questioning him in this team, but well, this is the answer. This is what you can come to expect. Hero does have eyes on that spike, so there you go. Locked in to just try and take these fights. He's got rid of 1, but now it comes all down to Ruxic. Another clutch scenario, another opportunity, but he's been spotted. They know he's here. 45 seconds, and Boo's gonna get away with it, but getting around this corner is easier said than done. Now they've just shifted the battle a little further, and this time Ruxic will take home the Red Bull clutch. It has been coming.
And a round here in round number 3 of the half, where Heretics had the chance to break the economy of Navi, to run away with the home stretch, but now a bump in the road and a full investment and a ton of damage, and Comeback, I don't think he's done yet. He's chasing them down towards the site. The ult popped. He knows that Xiao is desperately low, but even what he's done so far should be enough.
The drone, they are there. They are the guys, the drone has spotted that they are still there. Yeah. Comeback just thinking it was so nice, I have to do it twice. Go for the same play once again, this time with an Outlaw. And once more. Oh, Navi. They're going to be having nightmares of this guy tomorrow. A lot of space on the other side of the map. Of course, similarly to the Cypher, you've got the turret watching. You've also got the alarm bot in B, so a lot of this space is covered by Hero. But being covered and him being able to stop them is another thing altogether. Wonderful spam. He's dropped the spike. They're going to have to go back for that. He's bought time for the rotation of Filu, but because of that hesitation, Filu's now out of there. I think just being told to wait for the rest of the team. I'm not necessarily sure if that's the right call. He could have had a wonderful timing there.
Yeah, instead, a 4v4. They want to play this retake together. All light shields on the side of Navi.
3.2.
Comeback. Needs 1 hit. He's got 2 in the barrel. Anywhere will do. Anywhere will drop them, and it's going to be a big swing on the back. He's even dodging that initial flash. It's a nice shot. Full blinded, but lands it ahead of time. Dodges another. It's damage done, and an easy cleanup for the rest of the squad. The effective reality is that this man is just leagues above the rest. I like it, Rock. Sick.
Well,
a nice try.
But he still didn't get the kill anyway.
Yeah. Didn't get there in the end. Even still, probably would have been the one and done for Navi. This round's not the one that you want to put all your eggs in one basket for. They've saved their credits for the next. They'll save their lockdown as well. They take some risks with the pistols, but this is going to have to be 7 in a row, assuming there's no miracle here. Already, though, some damage done to Woot by that initial play from Ruxic. There's a chance, but in the rounds where Heretics made these sort of defensive low buys look good, it was always that they read the play, that they had 4 or 5 players on site.
Hello. There's going to be 2.
It's not 4 or 5, but let's see if they can make it work.
There were a second ago.
It's better than 0.
Filu's going to
30 seconds left.
Take the first fight, and he's going to win it. Not a bad start. Now, Hero only has a classic, and re-ends. This is why we love re-ends. The safest pair of hands. Even though you've just spotted a guy around that angle, he still checks it. Nice attempt from Xiao.
Wow.
And Sociable, well, he's coming in on the flank. I don't think he's going to be able to deny the plant. That would be the one free way to win the round. And Boo is already watching his position. And Sociable's going to try and bait that. Okay, maybe he's coming from a different angle. The fight, not bad. Wow. But unfortunately,
this could be a 1v1 down to 1 HP, but if Heretics win it, it's all over. Oh my God! What is this guy doing today? That's madness!
Yeah,
and he keeps going. So much space.
he just did that to Hero, who I think was like one of, if not the top-rated player in the tournament so far. But yeah, then okay. Xiao.
Did you forget he was in garage? I mean, it's hard to remember that 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just...
Yeah, what was he doing?
Just gave up. Come back as... I'd give up as well. Wu is trying to at least find himself a kill in this round. He's like, you know what? I've got to at least try and do something here. And you know what? Benji instead, leaving it on to one. Ruxic,
Go, go, go!
if there was anybody to do it, it would be him. But it's come back on the other side, and why not just end it in style? His 28th kill in 18 rounds.
Well, think about it this way. You smoke the angle, it means that Wu can't take the fight. So,
exactly.
You know, take Astra out, put in the chamber, easy profit. Let's see if that's the case. Magic formula for Heretics
is about to drop 40 on Sage.
A big part of the early game and the last map was gambles, was getting boots on the ground in the right spot at the right time, but Facet has not followed them here on the breeze. Having to play the retake on B, but looking to apply pressure elsewhere towards the elbow where Ruxic is waiting, and that gets them the advantage and puts pressure on Navi's behind. This is perfect play from Heretics to start, at least.
Go, go, go!
Filu's almost dead as well. He doesn't even realize that there's a second player in the corner. It's almost like a little bit of a ruse is being solved, but somehow Sociable got both anyway. That's definitely turned this on his head. A wraparound coming in, both players towards the spawn for the attack side. Sociable just about surviving, but Benji has already managed to clear off, leaving just Hero remaining. That spike is being stuck. He expects it just to be taken to half. Why would anybody stick it the entire way? But that is re-end for you. It is going to be Heretics to take themselves a pistol round.
To so many of those rounds, and the ones that came close, it didn't matter in the end, because Heretics ended up winning it out by those thin margins in the few rounds where they were a part of the game. So you really wanted that pistol to go to Navi, but this is their pick, and oh my goodness, the wall is helped out! Perfect wall from Boo. No criticism.
The shock dart has denied the plant.
Down A.
And then come back sliding him with the judge. Good luck, Xiao.
See, it was all a ruse. It was all a ruse to get Xiao into this position.
There you go. He got one. He's only got 18 health left, and he's now found himself a judge. He's dead.
No, he's all right.
See you later. Woot from behind. 2-0. On the attack, we didn't see anywhere near as much.
Well, comeback. Quite an aggressive stance, but they are waiting for him. The wall up, though. That might not be expected. Reactions there, though, from Navi. The man advantage now. This is the buy round for the attack side. So where we want to see them have those early fights and not overcommitting to individual duels, right? Not giving Heretics the opportunities that... One 5-second timer on it. So yeah, I'd say this is no problem.
He's moved this position. Hiding in the corner. He's been revealed. And well, they failed to get the plant down the first time. Sociable's bitten the bullet, but they will get into the post now. The rest of the players with rifles. It's how much they want to expend here. The Bulldogs can be thrown into the wind, but I do wonder if Riens may want to hold on to the Vandal.
Yeah, 3v4, I mean, it really depends on how much ground is taken in that first fight. But with players still alive and ground being taken, yeah, you kind of got to go for this. Very much winnable, but the time will start to apply pressure. Filu finding one would almost end the play here. They can just run that clock down, and he's done his job. The trade's coming in, but Heretics running very low on time. The shock darts force their hand, and he's waiting for a second shock to come through. It never does, but the time is bought nonetheless. Very nicely played by Navi. Their first round on the board as a result.
Now with the rifles, the excuses fade away.
Snake bite shock dart attempt was very nice.
If the shock dart landed, that would have been really good.
That could have been awesome, but it didn't. Little decoy block coming into play. That's very convenient for Navi. And they push out to this A side with great success. Comeback, though, fighting for that mid control. What a response by Heretics. Sure, take your main fight, but we're going to cut that split in two and fight one end of it, leaving a 5 versus 3 with Navi's numbers waning. They've got to make a play, and that's right, playing into the hands of Heretics. With Hero stunned up and soon to be gunned up, that's another glorious round for comeback. Again, Yeah, I don't know. It means something to him, clearly. But it's also the context now. Winning that round, an immediate fight back. Navi end up on a low buy. Like, this is signaling that we are looking at a dominant series from Team Heretics. It's early days on this map, but, you know, you can almost count the number of rounds Navi have so far on one hand. So, it maybe has a can.
Oh. This is a scary position to walk into for Hero. Yep. The judge in play for comeback. Especially after them just winning a fairly dominant round. I don't think you expect that to be there. They're going to try and push the judge. They're going to try and push the judge. That's a bold call.
Where's everybody else?
It's a bold call. They stun him up, but then
everyone else?
Yeah, okay.
Why do you push him alone when he's going to
The goal is just kill comeback. Maybe ruin his confidence a little bit, you know? Because I'm sure this hasn't boosted it at all.
Yeah, no, I doubt
And he's been healed up, so if you thought you'd almost killed him, you haven't. They even gave him he's got a rifle now. There we go. Good job, Chow.
That's just a
Job done.
full-on
30 seconds left.
full-on hold my beer play by Filu. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking,
Remaining.
but you know, credit to him. The execution was actually worse than the idea. A 4-1.
But even still, 7 to 8 for either of them? It would be a surprise, and not a good one.
I've seen these little ideas as well. Early doors from Heretics. We saw the snake bite and the shock dart sent in towards A in a previous round.
Woot back in position once again. He can hone in on that same angle that he started off. And then they even have the slow, so it's not like they could just dive through this. Hunter's Fury expended. He's still in position, just waiting on the other side, but Ruxic will land the shot. And Boo's dealt with as well. Solid openers from the side of NAVI. Their patience paying off. But there are still more to deal with. Okay, that did a lot of damage to Xiao.
It was a wonderful shock dart. Maybe another one lined up here as well. That looks like Fielu could be in trouble. Snakebite as well, but he flees the scene just in time. But Benji, a double, not quite good enough this time. He's running it down with a wall up as well. I love this. This even looks like it's a wall to stop you pushing elbow, so you don't really realize the full danger being presented by this. Really nice ideas to the early round for Heretics again. This is the third one I'm seeing them attempt, and there's the reward. An immediate fallback too. Gorgeous work by Woot. Another opening, another first blood at his hands.
Poison's
Be
off.
seeing that in my ranked games.
Yep.
Brilliant. Gonna get killed in spawn.
I have the spike.
Luckily, my opponents don't have as good aim as Woot. Sociable though.
They've heard that drop.
He knows that Benji's in the corner, and there's not really anywhere for Benji to go.
Take flight.
Drone sent through. I imagine that will trigger some utility. The slow and the orb and the snake bite. It's a lot of additional delay. And because of that, again, NAVI are forced into a position to move, and they've even now thrown in the Viper's Pit. You definitely can't go this way anymore. 35 seconds, and they look to try and wrap around behind it. Adapting on the fly is the plan from
30
NAVI.
seconds
Boo
left.
is just holding in a little rat corner. Is it something they looked to check? They did, but he's now disappeared into the pit.
Counter pit in play. Perfect response from Navi. A lot of control on that side. Fully theirs, uncontestable. The danger is it's very open, and with the ult active for comeback, a spray through could cause danger, could cause problems, but a judge in his hands, that's even more threatening. Does he clear the correct corner though? Up close was Ruxic. He's able to get 2, and then will finally fall, but the numbers in Navi's favor, the time ticking as well. A big play needed, and they've got every corner covered. 3 for Navi. They're not willing to let this series slip just yet.
Not a lot to play with, but still a free all.
A lot of players outside the site where Woot is bringing this big old gun to bear. The first shot won't land. Now they know the danger's there, but they still want to challenge it. Keeping that pressure on. They know he's got to be close. He can't have fallen that far back, but plenty of cover here to help him out. Filu, only good for the trade. They decide to continue pushing forward though, pressing into the numbers for now at least. It will be Heretics falling apart with those weak weapons, not allowing them to trade blows. And Benji, 1v4. Look, he's had some great performances. Corrode on Viper was sensational,
it's
but
a 1-4-5.
yeah, it's not to be today. It looks like immediately There will be another boost attempt with Woot. Oh
disgusting.
my! That is ridiculous, man. He's in the bushes. He's in cover.
That's so grim.
Ruxic didn't.
You can't have seen anything.
Can we please get that frozen and zoomed in from his? I'm asking a lot here, but like, come on.
The most you could have
That's
seen
unfair.
in the twinkle in Woot's eye
Yeah.
as he goes to kill you. That's about all that could have been there.
Jeez.
Now, ready on the other angle, but
You are divided.
immediately spotted out. Immediately known. And, hey, Sociable's going to win out that fight. A teammate lost on the other side, and Sociable under pressure. Boo, holding the lineup close as well. And they end up cleaning this one up quickly. Especially now that the full force of Na'Vi look to walk back into his position with a slight backstab ready from Ruxic.
Gotta go. Shocking.
Come back. He'll delay. No, he'll look for the fight. I thought he was giving up the ground, but himself and Benji stand tall
Benji
on
got
it.
both.
Another for Benji already. And now, well, the rotates. They're coming in. Backup is here from Rienz, but Benji's stuck in the corner. They need to clear him. His third, his fourth, and just denied the ace. But the
10
work
seconds
is done. The hard work, surely.
Oh?
Behind them. That plant's undeniable now. And this is Hero on the other side. You're wise to use the res and bait him out as well. Rienz, yeah, he's got another death on the board. The KD's suffering, but Benji's on his feet. 2 rounds left to play for. Still a tight half possible, and for Navi, that's definitely far from the end of the world. The stun has delayed them, and with the Hunter's Fury thrown through, a chance for big damage denied. Navi sidestepped that ulti. And there's a lot of weaknesses in play for the Navi side. Xiao and Ruxic not armed to the teeth, and they break out of here. It's all going to be about those numbers, but Heretics, they've got the crossfire to hold.
Yeah, Benji's even putting up a wall to keep comeback hidden.
Oh, that's Filu down as well, Tom. Massive spam through the smoke by Boo.
That's the thing, like Benji has done a lot of work just to continue to fake the idea that comeback is no longer in position. He's even going to be the one peeking this angle, just to really try and sell that idea. Oh. Luckily, that wall is nigh on indestructible. 45 seconds. Na'Vi once again have to pivot their play. Still looking to try and hit this A site, but comeback spot, as I said, it should be relatively unknown. And because of that, he's able to fight back, and that's a spike down.
I think they might know where it's going now.
Left.
No gate crush left to work with either. Sociable just has to walk out, pops a flash, but they
Same
just
kill.
find the other side as Benji holds on to control, relinquishes nothing, a bit of HP, fades from his bar, but his teammate comes in to fill the gap. Chance for Ruxic to make that costly. But with 3 players towards the A site, I mean, they might want to strike, look for a bit of mid control, go in towards A main, instead Sage wall mid and a rotate back. Okay, and that rotate might get there just in time. Because Navi are geared up for B.
Woot has been caught a few times. This time fades back a little bit earlier. Rien's under some serious pressure, but he's managing to stay alive at the back of the site. In fact, he's thriving under the pressure. Already 2 to his name. Woot, again, he's able to just reposition and go completely under the radar while Rien's does the majority of the work. For Xiao and Ruxic, this seems like an impossible task. He knows there's a guy in the corner. He knows that Rien's is there. That one's free, but immediately Woot swings for the trade. And well, Xiao probably worried about a Sage wall. He's got 3 more to find in this 1v4 and only 25 seconds to do it.
Has to get a fight first. He knows that plant's impossible without a kill, and oh, the kill is found, but it's by Woot, 8-4. Well, I'm not certain that the push is coming through, but they will be applying some pressure, especially searching for that pick with Woot and finding it. Well, this is going to cause panic stations to be mounted on the side of Navi.
Yeah, that is a worry, and then Xiao goes looking. You lose one side of the map, you look to try and take the other, and it seems like Heretics are well aware that that was possible. Sociable now gone, and well, we questioned.
Last player standing. Go, go, go. Spike planted.
He's worried about the flank. That's what it was.
No, that's meant to be a double bounce. It's supposed to go back.
Yeah, that would have actually flown right in onto the plant.
The right click just didn't hit.
It didn't register.
It's all good. You know, he clicked a little too light. New mouse. Nice stuff for Filu. 3 more to go down, though. He's at least managed to upgrade his weapon, but no ammunition. Take a minute. And all this
Look at where Boo
time
is.
bleeding. It's,
Absolute rat.
I mean, if it's not the position, if it's not the numbers, I mean, the time is what's going to cost him this. They can throw themselves at him like lemmings, one after another. He has no smoke, no wall, nothing to cause any sort of chaos. And even now,
Boo still hasn't moved.
they physically cannot stop him in time. And there's a reason Boo didn't move. He knew Philo was going to look for picks.
4 rifles in play. Any cost would be a little bit worrying. Xiao is in a decent position, but it's immediately cleared, and there isn't really anybody there to try and trade off of it either. The Viper wall in play, slows to the back of the site, the post plant. There's not really anything that can be done to stop it. Nice shock dart at least, but the danger goes once the heal is put through.
Here.
And now it's just picking them off as they come out. Margin for error, even decent for Heretics. They can lose a player with Benji having a pistol. And he's also taking the riskier route of wrapping around, but there's no need to worry about carrying weapons forward.
Get banged out in map number 1 and then scrape through the series in the end. This is the Heretics that everybody fears, the one that can just dumpster even squads that have looked incredible. And it started well, and then walking through it all. Now a res comes through. They've been farming that since round 1, and it's immediately into a 4v2. The round that needed to be the turning of the tide might just be the nail in the coffin. Ruxic is all that stands from a gargantuan lead, and well, even if you do damage to comeback, Riens is there. Maybe with their ban setup. Said it at the beginning of the day, they didn't ban their perma. Allowed Pearl into the second round so they could take out Split. Almost forced Navi into this pick and clearly had a good game plan. The swing through is risky though. Made vulnerable here, and Ruxic still that top duo in EMEA, but Benji just wiped out 3, goes for a 4th, and you can't blame him at this point. If it wasn't for comeback in the first map, we would have been singing his praises even more so in that one. On Breeze, he has been that top performer. Xiao and Sociable, a round that should have been theirs, now hanging in the balance.
Benji's giving them a chance. Will miss the shot, but he gets another bite of the cherry, caught behind that box, but Boo using the distraction, wrapping around, the timing is godlike, and now it's all onto Sociable, off his shoulders, just as quickly. Heretics, 12-4. 8 chances to close this out, and if there's any Navi fans holding the breath for the comeback, oh my goodness, okay. Yeah, maybe you can hold on a moment longer. There could be a chance. There it is. There's the comeback. Yeah. Ace found the Filu, and now it's a 4v4. And the thing is, for Heretics, the man that has been drawing our eye, sure, comeback's had a great day. Woot's been there as well. But Benji Fishy, while he's still drawing breath, you've got big problems brewing.
Yeah, you can kind of put it down to anyone at this stage for Navi on this map. It's been a rough one. I think Filu, the first player they've lost, is the man at the top of the board, which, considering he's 12 and 16, it paints a story of his own. For Heretics, they now look to challenge back towards the B site. Xiao up close with a judge, but I almost feel like it's an angle they could get past. He's quite far back. Well, mainly because if they go mid, he could get caught, but
yeah.
It means that he needs to get a bit closer for this judge to truly do damage, and I do worry that Comeback's going to walk around this corner and insta-headshot.
Oh, smokes up and Xiao's down.
There you go.
That's a pretty rough start to the hold. Now a man behind, but Sociable still on site. If they can extend that bit further to the back, maybe he could at least level the playing field. But look at the patience on Heretics. Benji also waiting his turn inside the elbow, and they've cleared it. They think at this point that, sure, they must have all went site. Comeback's found his 3rd. Benji still hasn't moved, biding his time. This is how little pressure Team Heretics are under. Comeback will be denied the ace, but Benji's time in the limelight just beginning. 13-4, and even more